Croissant, probably the most recognizable pastry in the world. If you grew up in France, you would know that nothing can beat a fresh baked croissant bought early in the morning from your local bakery. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. The delicious smell of warm buttery dough can bring back the warmest of childhood memories. Infamous within home bakers to be particularly hard to make, today we're going to attempt at making homemade baked croissant that will be just as good as the one from the bakery. Let's get straight into it. We are going to base our recipe on Il Était une fois la Patisserie's channel's recipe. Here are all the ingredients we're going to use today. I'll put the exact amounts in the description down below. Croissant dough is made out of flour, sugar, salt, yeast, milk and water. I'm going to use a robot mixer for our dough, but you can use your hands too. I just prefer using a robot as it makes the job a lot easier. I would also like to mention that I am by no means a professional baker or pretend to make the best croissant, just a dad who loves baking new things for his son and has a passion for pastries. So this channel will be about my explorations, trials, errors and journey to becoming a better home baker, baking things my family will love. We're going to mix the dough for 7 minutes on low speed, then for 3 additional minutes at medium speed. We know our dough is ready when it detaches itself from the hook and the bowl, just like that. Robot mixers can be expensive, but they do make the job a lot easier, and you can find cheap ones on Amazon that will do the trick just fine. I'm gonna form a nice smooth ball with my dough and drop it in a bowl for it to proof. This will allow the dough to rest and double in size. Cover it up with cling film and let it rise at room temperature for 2 hours. Oh yes, look how well it rose. Double in size, ready to be rolled. When rolling the dough, always make sure to work on a well-floured surface. Otherwise, the dough could tear, and we do definitely not want that. We're going to release the air trapped in the dough by gently pushing it down with our knuckles and make a loose rectangle out of it. Cover it with cling film and let it rest in the fridge for 2 hours. Resting times are crucial to succeed at making puff pastries for croissant, so don't rush it. While our dough is resting, this is the perfect time for us to prepare our butter. Now, butter is the most crucial ingredient for croissant, so make sure to use the best one you can find. On a sheet of parchment paper, we're going to lay our slices of butter evenly on 20 by 20 cm square. The goal here is to form a plaque of butter of even thickness. We're going to gently roll it out to the dimension of the folded parchment paper until it reaches all edges and combines into a solid plaque. Then it goes straight in the fridge until it's time to take the dough out. Once the 2 hours have passed, it's time to take our dough and butter out of the fridge and start the most crucial part of croissant making, the lamination process, which basically means that we are going to layer our butter into our dough and perform a series of folds to create the amazing fluffy texture in our croissant. On a rolled out rectangle dough of 40 by 20 centimeters, we're going to place our butter plaque in the middle and enclose it tightly. Make sure that the butter is fully enclosed, as we do not want it spilling out while we're rolling our dough. And now it is finally time to perform our first fold. Be gentle with it and roll the dough into a nice even rectangle of 60 by 20 centimeters and 1 centimeters in thickness. For the first fold, we're going to do a double fold, which means that we're going to end up with 4 layers of dough. Just like that. Now that our dough has had time to rest in the fridge for 30 minutes, it's time to make our second fold. A trick I picked up from watching many videos about croissant making on YouTube is slicing through the folds to let the butter spread all the way to the edges and make more uniform layers. Let's roll the dough again in a 60 by 20 centimeters rectangle and keeping a 1 centimeter thickness. I'm using these rubber rings at the end of my rolling pin to make sure I stay consistent and don't roll more than I should. I like to trim the edges before my last fold just to keep it straight and even. And this is our last fold before finally rolling a croissant. A simple fold this time with 3 layers. Wrap it in cling film for the final 30-minute rest and let the magic begin. Time to finally roll our dough into croissant. I'm switching my rings for 5mm ones and start rolling the dough in a large 50 by 30 centimeters rectangle. Trim the edges on one side to get a perfect rectangle, but don't throw these trimmings away. We're gonna make a mark every 10 centimeters on one side and in between those on the other side, and slice from one mark to the other into triangles. To shape our croissant, grab a triangle and gently stretch it down the length. Make a little cut at the base, spread it and start rolling it tightly until you get a perfect croissant just like that. Repeat the process and put all your croissants on a lined baking tray. Oh yeah, we've got some croissant, baby! Remember those trimmings? That's right, we can roll them into tiny cute little croissants. Stretching the triangles before rolling them makes our croissant with 7 sections, which makes them look more like classic croissant from the bakery. Now it's time for them to rest again and rise to almost double in size, and for those layers to really puff before we bake them to perfection. Oh yeah, now we're talking! After 20 minutes in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius, we have perfectly baked golden brown croissants that look fantastic. I mean, take a look at this. Don't they look amazing? I think we can all agree that they look the part. But how will they taste? Well, it's time to check it out. Let's eat them. Hey guys, that's it. We have all the croissants here. And I've got Sasha, my son, with me here. And
I'm Junior Croissant.
Yeah, he's Junior Croissant. And Sasha's gonna taste it and give us a Sasha score, like last time.
Sasha score?
Yeah, out of 10. So, which croissant do you want?
This. These or this? I think this.
Okay, grab it. Alright, so on 3, let's go. Cheers.
Cheese. That's delicious. That's a straight away 9.5.
Already straight away?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell you guys, these are definitely the best croissants I've ever made. And Sasha's tasted a lot of my croissants and some of them were, let's say, not that good. Horrendous. How about this one? Seriously.
Amazing.
It doesn't taste too much like butter. It's not overcooked. It's perfectly golden brown. Did you hear that crunch, guys? Did you hear that crunch? These are the best ones I've ever made.
This brownie, well, the bottom bit and the top bit is quite crispy. And then the inside is just the best part of it. What's your score?
9.5. Well, I can tell you guys, I've made many croissants and by far these are the best. Probably these are the first one that I managed successfully to do like this. I'm lost for words.
Which one did you prefer, the croissant or the French toast?
The croissant. What about you?
Same.
Same?
Mm-hmm.
Prefer the croissant? Is that your favorite breakfast now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But why are we eating it for dinner?
Well, because it took me a whole day to do, so that's why. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you really enjoyed those croissants that we made today. Let us know down in the comments below if you want us to make another type of pastry. I put the recipe down in the description below. Make sure to like, subscribe.
Put a comment down below and see you next time.
Bye.
What else are we gonna make?
Oh, I've got
After this.
plenty of stuff that we can make.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Pancakes?